Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the podcast version of Local Love. Local Love is also a live show every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Pacific time at echoplexmedia.com/live. You can also join our chat room at discord.me/echoplex.
Don't forget to follow us on social media for beautiful food and inspiration.
My house. Who are these people? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers hanging around. How long are they gonna stay? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers can't pay the rent. Why is it so expensive? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers riding Google buses.
What's wrong with the regular buses?
I don't know.
20 motherfuckers in my house today. 20 motherfuckers say they're here to stay. 20 motherfuckers always in my way. 20 motherfuckers, 20 motherfuckers, hey.
20 motherfuckers on the street. What's happening? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers stepping on my feet. What's the rush? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers looking at their phones. What's so important? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers asking for change. You gotta change. I don't know.
20 motherfuckers in my house today. 20 motherfuckers say they're here to stay. 20 motherfuckers always in my way. 20 motherfuckers, 20 motherfuckers, hey.
20 motherfuckers choosing a kale. Is it really worth it? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers eating magic mushrooms. What's it all mean? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers pulling your limbs. How do they do that? I don't know. 20 motherfuckers freaking me out.
Are you okay?
I don't know!
20 motherfuckers in my house today. 20 motherfuckers say they're here to stay. 20 motherfuckers always in my way. 20 motherfuckers, 20 motherfuckers, hey.
Well, the thing that happened before Local Love sure was something. Anyway, everyone, welcome to Local Love. We do this as a live show on Twitch every Tuesday, 9 to 11 p.m. Pacific, beyond into red light. If you're listening to the podcast version of this or you're watching it on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/echoplexmedia. Give us a follow. I'm producer Dave, and you can find me damn near anywhere. The man with the incredibly colorful and lit up microphone.
Hello, folks. This is Juan Maserati out there in Radio Land. I'm a keyboard player for Rebels Camp, for Los Improviders, also co-host on the Echoplex Media, and I'm just glad to be a part of this deal.
And from the Red Room, the undefeated champion of 2021, talking to dumb people.
Hi, I'm the Media Wedge. You can find me dunking on dumb people here on Echoplex Media. And also, I love local music. Let's do it.
And we have an interview guest this evening. This is Ryan. Ryan, why don't you introduce yourself, tell people where to find your music and all that?
Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm Ryan Acosta. If you want any information on me, you can actually go to my website, ryanacosta.com. That's pretty easy to remember. And if you can't, then I can't help you.
The man with the magic fucking mic. What kind of mic is that? You sound good.
This is actually a Loughton LA2220. These are made in England. This one is not expensive, but they do make some really expensive mics, and they just, even their inexpensive stuff sounds really good. But a lot of it's actually the whole setup, my interface. I have some pretty good mic pre's. So anyway, not to bore you. I don't want to bore everybody with that stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, that's the stuff we're here for. I'd take a good preamp with a like a mid-range mic over a nice mic into a shitty preamp any day.
You know, my setup's pretty simple. You know, mic, and then I have this Audient interface, which are pretty good. Also, they're an English company. They make some really, really good mic pre's, and they're actually based on their old the Audient console mic pre's that came out, were really popular in the 90s. But they're actually made to be rather affordable these days.
Fucking great. Great. Sorry about the little technical snafu at the beginning. I thought I had given the waiting room link, and I remembered that I just said fuck it and sent out the main link today. And I'm like, where is he? And I'm like, oh, he's in the party room.
Yeah, I actually logged in early. I saw myself on the screen. I'm thinking, am I not supposed to be here?
That was
whoops.
I thought it was a GOP grinder page or something like that. You know, I don't know. But
sometimes I try to schedule like little fucking bits before other shows, and I just have to remember that I am on a time constraint. That guy did come in a little bit late, though.
I can't wait to watch that, though. I saw it. The guy was just like, what?
I mean, it's local. So
go ahead.
Ryan,
Actually, you know what? Y'all go ahead. I need a fucking drink after that thing I just watched, and I fucking hadn't set up the studio or anything. I was riveted by the stupidity that was happening before. So y'all talk among yourselves. I'm going to go pour a cocktail.
Well, I will start then. Ryan, what is the? I know that you have solo stuff, but are you in any other? Are you like everybody else in the band industry of San Jose bands? Who else do you play for?
Okay, so up until a couple years ago, I was in a band called Divided by Seven, and we released an album, and then we broke up after that. Actually, I shouldn't say that. So we released an album in I want to say November of 2018, and then I want to say it was January of 2019. Very soon after that, we played one last show opening up for Metalachi. Which was actually their second night playing in Santa Cruz at Moe's Alley, and it was also a sold out show. So, but we were just opening up for them, so it was a real treat. And but it was a really good last show for that band. And then after that, I started a project with a drummer from I don't know if you know this band, Drunk Monk, a local band. Anyway, the drummer from Drunk Monk and I started Kevin Clausen. So I think he's listening. He said he was going to listen, so I just want to give him a shout out. Really, really great drummer. We started jamming and started working on some material, and then the pandemic happened. And so because we had been working for a little bit, and up until early 2020, and then we actually had to halt all of that. So, and the name of that project was Echo Fish, but it turned out that we actually can't use that name. So we ended up changing it to just Ryan Acosta Trio. Since I wrote most of the music anyway, and even though we're collaborating on stuff, it just kind of made sense because it started off as kind of a solo project. So anyway, flash forward, in the last year, I've actually been collaborating with him as well as recording some stuff remotely with a local bassist. I'm totally blanking on his name right now. Paul Bautista, who's a really phenomenal bass player. And so he and I just started trading tracks and recording stuff. And so there's some stuff available right now that you can actually check out on my Bandcamp, which is ryanacosta.bandcamp.com. And so you can go ahead and check some of that stuff out. But Paul's playing all this stuff on that. The drums are actually virtual drums, even though they don't entirely sound like virtual drums. But we're going to be doing a full band release soon-ish. So as soon as we're going to replace all the drums with Kevin's playing. So that should be pretty I hopefully that'll be done within the next few months. So
I do know that we have some of the Divided by 7 stuff. I don't know if
Really?
yeah.
Okay. That's cool. So
I'm pretty sure we do.
If you want to check that stuff out, you can go to that. I believe that's still up on Bandcamp at dividedby7.bandcamp.com.
Oh, I gotta cut in here. Fucking
Sure.
Missy Lopsy Risto. Thanks for fucking gifting a whole bunch of subs in chat again. Jeez.
Thank you, Risto.
Thank you. You could spend your money anywhere and you choose to spend it here. So I like question your everything, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you got a baby. I don't even know what the news. Oh, Tom Cruise. Hope you got some Tom Cruises. sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh no.
Thank people.
We've got one song by Divided by 7. I think it's called Narrative.
Oh yeah. We had a video for that one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. It's on YouTube, I think. Yeah.
I think we have oh, go ahead.
Let's see the video.
Juan, you turned your camera off.
I'm only in small glimpses. You only get small glimpses of me in the video playing guitar.
The ghost of Juan. Go ahead, Dave. What were you going to say?
Oh, we had the rest of the band on.
You did?
Yeah, we had the Divided by 7. I think they came on.
I don't know if that ever happened because there were only 3 of us, and
maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Go back and look in the local love library.
I think you should have my recent single on your library. I think I submitted that.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna play some tunes here.
Oh, we can get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. I was gonna play that a little bit later in the interview, but fuck it, let's take a break and play a fucking song that you were on. This is Divided by 7. This song's called Narrative, and we'll be right back, everybody, with Ryan Acosta.
Relative to how I feel, put a spin on it. Spice my flow, uphold the status quo, keep the torches lit. Evidence subjected to the lens that I see things through. Confident, the story all makes sense, so it must be true. Trying times, never know who you can trust. Put a spin on us. Had you heard? Can't believe a single word of the narrative. Looking back, it's hard to see how so many so easily fell in line and in time. They were the ones writing the narrative relative to what we are, desperate to control. Speak your mind, holding up it all aligns with the narrative. Looking back, it's hard to see how so many so easily fell in line, and in time they were the ones writing the narrative.
So chat like that song.
Yeah,
I have not listened to that in a long time, actually.
that had a great bass line. Who plays bass on that?
So interestingly enough, this actually ties in. So the guitarist from Periscope was the bassist and singer for Divided by Seven.
Gotcha.
So a little bit incestuous.
Ancestry. San Jose Ancestry. Someday we will have a website.
You had mentioned
Yeah.
a drummer earlier. Have you found a drummer that no one else has found, or is the drummer already spoken for?
Oh no! So he was in the band Drunk Monk, but I don't know what's going on with that. But he and I have been collaborating on some stuff for a while. And the first time we just sat down to jam, it was just instant. We just really clicked and locked in. And that's very rare that kind of thing happens. Especially with drummers. And I had actually auditioned several drummers for that project for months and months. And but he was the first one that instantly is. So not only did he come in prepared, I sent him a few recordings of some stuff I had been working on, but he came in, learned all the songs. He even asked me, okay, what drummers, stylistically did you have in mind? And I mentioned a few, off the top of my head. He came in and got every little nuance of those styles down. I mean, this guy's, I want to say he's like, 24, 25, something like that. And just really just incredibly talented.
Yes, sir.
But don't tell anybody who he is, because then he'll be in like 7 other bands.
I've already mentioned his name.
Damn it. Don't post any pictures.
Facial recognition is getting really good, especially for a drummer that nobody knows about.
Oh shit.
Oh,
No, the guy is phenomenal. And
So when,
like I said,
when you auditioned drummers, did you audition all 6 of them?
So I'm currently actually in the East Bay. So I actually tried a few East Bay drummers, and that was an interesting process. There was one guy so at the time I was actually teaching. I was renting a space at this place. I'm not going to say what it was. It's this place that had like a teaching area, plus it had a bunch of rehearsal rooms, and so I would just randomly run into people who would be rehearsing in these rehearsal studios. And so I ran to this one guy whose name I won't actually mention. And he just seemed really cool. And I said, hey, I'm looking for a drummer if you want to just jam sometime. And came in, and it was just kind of a nightmare. And the whole time I was just trying to teach him how to keep time.
oh man.
So that was kind of fun.
If you're a drummer, you're supposed to come with this feature.
Right.
Yeah, you would think, right?
You would think. But anyway, so I'm just like, oh man. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk. I just was exhausted after like 20 minutes of trying to jam with the guy. So, but like I said, really nice guy, just, not good. So, and anyway, I tried a bunch of other people, and it just, and there were a few who were actually really good. It's just a matter of like trying to coordinate schedules and whatnot. So, and then there was one guy I was jamming with, again, really good drummer, and but we just couldn't coordinate, so that didn't work out. And then as soon as Kevin and I, he actually hit me up on social media because he saw a couple of videos that I had posted or whatever, and he said, hey man, I really dig what you're doing. I'd love to jam. So I really didn't have to solicit that one.
I can't wait for that stuff to be.
That's the best, man. When you build it, they come. I mean,
yeah,
that's good. There's nothing really wrong with electronic drums, but like for live, having a drummer is superior because like the electronic drums are pre-programmed if you don't have a drummer live. So
right. And it's, and just the feel just isn't there. And for me, like I really feed, there's a synergy that happens between, me and other musicians. I feed off of that energy, and then, and then it just it's cyclical. They feed off of the energy that I put out. And I've only had a handful of drummers where I really felt like I could bounce off of them and they could bounce off of me, and we could improvise even around the form of the song. So
The pre-programmed drums don't have a jam mode.
No, absolutely not. And it's harder for me to record, like that. It ends up being very mechanical. And so, the most recent thing that I put out there, it's not, like I said, it's kind of a rough draft, I guess you could say. And I eventually would like to redo it. And, but I also feel that way about half of everything that I do, which is why it takes me so long to put anything out. Because I'm always redoing every song that I ever record or every song that I write. I just feel like, I just need to just destroy this and then start from scratch. or completely just trash the whole song and then just write something else.
Start over, redo.
Yeah. I have hundreds of songs that, just ended up in my trash pile.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to write dance tunes, and there's probably thousands of songs like that I don't know, I fucking stopped, and then I like wasn't meticulous about backup. But I know it's like, you have a name of a song, and then you have the name of that song 2, name of the song 3, name of the song 3, underscore this is the good one, name of the song 4, and they're all like project files, dude. It's just like I just started search at one point I got kind of bored, and I started searching for random words in the name of a project file to like, oh, what was I doing 3 years ago? So I know about the redoing things over and over and over again. That's why this is live, and we can't actually do that here. So everybody better be good at this.
Right on. At the beginning of the pandemic, or at least since the beginning of the pandemic, I believe I started at least like 5 or so more projects. I think one of them I started writing a rock opera. I started recording it too. Juan's actually heard some of this. I've been sending him like everything that I've recorded, and then a week later, I'll send him a text and say, you know what, just forget what you heard. I'm going to throw it out.
Fuck what you heard.
Yeah.
But the rock opera is still on the back burner. I intend on finishing that at some point. It's just that I can't sing all the different records.
Can I speak on the quality of what you sent me though? It's amazing stuff. It's amazing music. It really is. And it's like, I think when you first dropped it on me, I recall asking you, where at the studio is this recorded at? And you indicated it was your project studio, man. And it was really mind blowing.
Well, at the time I was actually in a different space. I was actually in my old house in the garage.
Right.
And I had a room divider, at the back, at the back of the garage, and it was just very much a makeshift, half-ass studio.
Dead ass sound though, probably.
Absolute. That's what I'm saying. Amazing sound.
It was okay. This room is actually much better than where I was before. So, it's a lot quieter.
The pandemic kind of pushed a lot of people like you and me had project studios prior. But if people during the pandemic wanted to keep presenting their music to people in any sort of meaningful way, it meant they had to like buy a couple mics and figure out how to broadcast in some kind of quality. And, we've talked about this with everybody, and it's like, well, now all these artists that did that, now they kind of have that tool in their tool belt. It sounds like you've been producing your music for, since before the pandemic. Clearly you had a studio space set up.
Yes and no. So like years ago, I'm talking like, around like 2004, 2005, I actually had a really nice studio. And then I got it in my head that I was actually recording a lot of garage bands at the time, and I got really sick of it. And I just said, you know what? I feel like I'm babysitting. I'd rather just focus on my own project. So I actually sold all of my recording gear.
That wasn't the worst time to sell all your recording gear, though, because that was like at that point where the value was still high, but everything was about to change dramatically.
Right. I think my first interface that I had was it was a Digi 000. It was a 002.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. It was actually like a
Digi
pseudo
design. Yeah.
Yeah. It was this little. Yeah, it was this little pseudo like mixing console. It was like a little mixer with like automated faders and whatnot, and it was cool, but it malfunctioned half the time.
Yes,
but for what it was, at the time, it looked really cool, and people would come in like, "Oh, this is almost a real studio." And I think what changed
after that is like computer horsepower just got to be so like there's just like like multi-core processors essentially changed everything. And now, like, you don't have to offload a lot of shit onto like a box if you don't want to. Your computer can do it. In fact, if it's just audio, your computer can do it while it's rendering a video, right? And so, like, everything changed once computer power got to the point where, like, here in the studio, like, we're doing audio and video, and I don't have any fucking hardware. I mean, I've got Focusrite preamps in a rack, but other than that, like, I have a MIDI controller. And the computer's doing all of it. And like,
that's awesome. You have more than I do. I just have my laptop. And then I also have an external drive that has a terabyte just for it's just for storage though.
I'm live. Like we're live 7 days a week. And like, just like before you got here, I piped a media wench in to interview some lunatic, and I wasn't even on the call. like,
Wow.
but like without like without the leaps and bounds that have happened in computing power just means you have to have less shit that's connected to your computer to do music on a computer. All you need is like a preamp basically for each instrument now, and your computer can handle all of it. And back in the day, just even 15 years ago, the computers just weren't powerful enough. So people had this sort of, sometimes it was buggy unless they were like, they had a lot of money, and a lot of the stuff was being offloaded to these pieces of gear. And the pieces of gear were very expensive. They took up a lot of space, and they weren't even black. They were this weird silver color. If you remember, everything was this weird plastic silver. Do you remember that? Oh, and blue.
I remember the ADAT.
I think Tascam. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I remember the ADAT era when we just all ADATs that they multi-tracked with. That was some ancient shit.
I actually recorded at a studio a few years back that was still ADAT. It was Terry Carlton's studio, Bone and Knives. I think that was the name of it. Anyway, that was he still does ADAT, which actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
surprisingly. So it's still around.
So I take it you during this the kind of stay-at-home orders, you've taken it upon yourself to up your production game. Is what I'm hearing.
Mostly out of necessity. So like I teach, that's my main, day gig. I teach at a school in Palo Alto, and they immediately put us on doing video lessons from home. So luckily I already had a camera. I actually had a MacBook that actually crashed during it was an old MacBook that I think I bought in 2009. And I was teaching a group class, and it crashed 45 minutes into the hour class, and right before the class was supposed to end. And so that's when I realized, okay, I need to improve all my stuff, because what I had was completely outdated and archaic. And I think I had an M audio interface that was okay. The preamps and that were okay for the time period that it came out. I think I also bought that around 2009. But I was still trying to use this thing and all this stuff that was completely outdated and kind of working, and trying to do video lessons with stuff that kind of worked. So I had to up the ante a little bit, and didn't really have to spend too much, honestly. I was able, so anyway, so I kind of did it out of necessity. And then I had my own students outside of the school. And so I had to do everything. I'm teaching like 30 plus students a week, on video. So I have to, and private students. So I had to really, figure out how to streamline everything really, really quickly. I actually, within about 2 weeks, I had my setup pretty solid.
I think that the one category of people who really have like double done it on the streaming setups and have had the most success are teachers who are musicians or vice versa. Mm-hmm. Because you got to get your streaming shit going now, fast. Yesterday you have students. You got to get it going. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, then while you're doing that, you're like, okay, well, you're seeing everything that's available, and you're like, oh, I can upgrade my interface, or I can upgrade my mic, and then I can also use it for this other thing. Mm-hmm. And I hope that all of that together just like produces a lot, like a bigger variety of online streaming, from that creativity that'll stick around after like things go back to semi-normal and teachers go back to a classroom and all that. That Absolutely. They still figure out like, creative ways to do their own videos and their own content and expand into other areas.
Oh, absolutely. It kind of pushed me to start doing YouTube instructional videos, which I'm very slowly putting out. We had to move a few weeks ago, and so I did one video.
What are you even doing here? You should be doing that right now.
Doing YouTube video? Oh man, I've been
editing. Editing.
Oh, editing. No, so we moved just within the last few weeks, and so I had to set up this room and everything, so I kind of had to put doing videos on hold. But I'm probably going to start doing that within the next week or two. I have tons of material already scripted and everything for that. So yeah, and plus I've been, a lot of it's based on, so I've also been working on a couple of instructional books that I hope to finally actually finish soon. I started one of them about 4 years ago and kind of just said, okay, this is trash, and then revised the whole thing. But the videos are based on that instructional material. So there's one that's just an absolute beginner book, and then I'm actually working on follow-ups to that book. And then there's also one that's just what I call Ryan's bag of tricks licks, which is just mostly just like it's just kind of a lead guitar, noodly, just a bunch of tricks that I do that I figured, I'm just going to throw that into, an instructional book, and then maybe I'll do some videos. And so I started doing a few videos, and hopefully, I'll actually get some followers. I haven't really been pushing for that too much. So, I mean, I'm a little lazy when it comes to getting stuff done. I start a billion projects and then I finish maybe like 2. And I think in the last year, maybe like I said, I've started a bunch of projects, and the instructional books are just one little snippet of that. And then the videos, then working on my solo material, and then working on a rock opera that's kind of been shoved to the side quite a bit. And then just a billion other things. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more done. I at least release one song.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, I'm not a musical artist, but I'm an artist, and I'll start like I have maybe 5 or 6 outlines of paintings that I want to do. Like, it's all outlined and everything. All I have to do is just paint it. And they've been sitting there for like 4 months. I'm like, I finished 2. I gave them away.
So Ryan, why don't you tell us about your new song? What's it called, and what's it about?
Oh, okay. Oh man. Oh, that's a whole can of worms. Okay. So the song itself is called Ready or Not. And I don't know do you see it in your queue or whatever?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So the song itself, musically, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. I did a gig, I want to say almost 2 summers ago. And it was for this thing called Sacred Art. And the guy that asked me to play for it, so I had done a recording to accompany Steely Nash. And it was a rendition of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, but he wanted me to do kind of a almost a gothic blues kind of a thing. And I'm like, okay, I'll experiment with this. And he said, some of your playing reminds me a little bit of,
Did we lose Ryan?
I think we might have lost Ryan.
I thought it was me for a second. I'm like,
kind of a thing. Oh, did everybody freeze there for a second?
Oh, I think you froze, but yeah.
Okay.
You were telling a story about like when you cut off, you were telling a story about having done a track with a Steely.
Well, I recorded this track. It was supposed to be so she was going to be performing this song live, and I was asked to create a backing track. And I also performed at the event. I did kind of some noodly bluesy stuff as people were walking in. I just kind of sat up front with an amp, and I think some people actually stopped to listen to me play. So this guy.
Whoa. Nope, we just moved. Okay.
Cross between Satriani and Tom Morello, and I thought, okay. So anyway, flash forward, a year and a half or whatever, I started working on this song, and I messed around with some Rage Against the Machine licks that I'm teaching to one of my students. And then, before a lesson, I ended up kind of coming up with this opening riff, and I thought, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to come back to that. And so I just started noodling around, recording it and putting the drum tracks together and everything. And then I sent it to my buddy Paul. He recorded his bass parts, and I absolutely loved it. And he really made it come alive. And he just has so much groove sensibility and very melodic. He's one of the most creative bassists I've actually ever recorded with. But the song itself, the lyrics are actually about an ex-girlfriend. And it's about, walking in on an ex-girlfriend as she's cheating on you. That's what the whole song's about. This actually happened. And so 7 years ago, I want to say. But for whatever reason, I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. It's just as I was, working out the song, the words just kind of came to me, and I started thinking about that. And I'd never really written an FU song to an ex-girlfriend, but this one was kind of about that.
Yes.
Sort of.
I'm here for the FU ex-girlfriend song.
Well, fucking A, this is Ryan Acosta. This song's called Ready or Not, and we'll be right back.
Tell me a secret, I wanna believe it. Something's wrong with the story you tell. You say you're at home, you say you're alone. You're not that kind, and I'm not that blind. Hold me close while whispering lies. Tell me things that mystify. You're not at home, you're not alone. Saving face just to justify. Right on time, ready or not. You say you're mine, but it's never enough. Same old lies, I've had enough. Going home alone again. Tell me a secret, I wanna believe it. Something's wrong with the story you tell. Say you're at home, you say you're alone. You're not that kind, and I'm not that blind. Right on time, ready or not. Say you're mine, but it's never enough. Same old lies, I've had enough. Going home alone again. Right on time, ready or not. Say you're mine, but it's never enough. Same old lies, I've had enough. Going home alone again.
All right, that was fucking great. Fucking shout out
Oh,
to
thanks, man.
Alabastard, by the way, in the chat. Alabastard be chopping it up. Jay Renna be chopping it up in the chat. Some local music heads. Also, Birch Moon Tree would be a local music head if she was around here. Fucking great. They were talking about Elvis and country music and blues and fucking jazz in the chat. So that's pretty good shit, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
That one came out of the gate hot.
Oh, thank you. I do want to. Part of me really wants to redo some parts of it, but like I said, I want to redo the drums on that and have. I think we're going to be redoing that relatively soon, within the next couple weeks or so.
Nice.
But everything else, I'm mostly happy with. I probably would redo the guitar solo about 3, 4, 5, 10, 40 times over. But I think I did that. That was like my, third take. And so it was okay. I did one version of that song before that. And, I just wasn't digging it.
Hey, I loved it. I fucking
Thanks,
loved
man.
it. So
There's many more of those in the project that I'm currently working on. There's I want to say I was going to do a full length album, but I'm actually going to chop it up into a couple different EPs.
I forget who we on. Was it First in Flight that was just doing singles, or was that fucking Curious Quail? I forget which band it was, but they were, instead of doing an album, they were like doing singles, because they were saying it was like a smaller hype machine than an album, but it was happening 10 or 12 times versus just once. So over the course of the year, they were able to kind of keep having these little instances of hype around their music. I forget who was saying that, but EPs is like a halfway between the full album and the just releasing singles thing. It's a pretty good idea.
Bonus information, Dave. It was both. First in Flight was releasing singles, and Curious Quail did an album called 12 Months, and it was or something like that, and it was a challenge that they had to write, release, and make a music video for one brand new song a month for a year.
That's incredible. I believe
and they're all very, very good.
I believe we've lost Ryan again. I think people's Wi-Fi is the
enemy
of this show. The enemy of this show, everybody.
oh man.
Would you like to play a song, and then we will?
Yeah, we'll probably get Ryan back after this song. We got a new artist called PhasesLM. This song is called Mechanical Dogs. I never ever fucking listen to anything before it comes on the show, and I'm sure it's going to be fabulous because we've never gotten bad music.
Strange voices, strange noises from across the yard. Boom breaks the silence of the distant dark. Was it a gunshot or explosive or a firework? A siren screams out unspecified alert. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark. Mechanical dogs, mechanical dogs. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark of mechanical dogs. Mechanical dogs. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark of mechanical dogs. Scuffle shuffles in the street. Coyotes on the hillside howling to the heat. Electrostatic discharge arcing in the air. Gears growl to beware. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark. Mechanical dogs, mechanical dogs. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark of mechanical dogs. Mechanical dogs. In the distant dark, I hear the panicked bark of mechanical dogs.
predicted that song would be fabulous, but I didn't predict it would be that fabulous. Fucking Mechanical Dogs, motherfucker.
Woo! That was good.
Wow, that was awesome. I was like,
I feel like that song is if Tracy from Campbell could write a fucking banger.
Man, that's some old folklore. I'm not even going to tell people who Tracy from Campbell is. And fucking
Don't need to.
fucking Sammy was around, she'd know who Tracy was.
Or Allie Drew.
So, Ryan.
Yeah,
you
sorry
said
I got booted.
Oh yeah, well, now you're
I
back.
don't know what
Everything's
happened.
you made us listen to that fucking awesome Mechanical Dogs song, so that's great. That's actually great. What other artists are you really kind of digging on, either here in San Jose or just kind of more broadly in the Bay Area? Maybe not like the usual, like not like our usual fam. Like who are you kind of into right now?
I'm actually, man, my tastes are pretty eclectic, but there's this sister blues duo that I've been into for a while, for I would say the last year and a half or so. They're called Larkin Poe.
Oh, where are they from?
They are from the Atlanta, Georgia area, actually. But they are really
any local
good.
Artists, though. Any local artists we might not have heard about.
Oh man, I've been so out of the loop. I have no, I really haven't really been paying much attention to what's going on locally recently, and I apologize for that. I just feel like I've been kind of in a bubble.
Everybody's been in a bubble. It's been the point last year.
The only reason we know about any new bands is because they send us their music because we do a podcast.
Right.
I want to know about new bands that, because honestly, the thing is, the way that I would learn about new bands is, local bands, is I would just go to shows, to a random show and then just show up and say, oh, this band's really awesome. Like, so that's how, like one of my favorite local bands is, I don't know if they're even still a thing, is Dokoi. They, power trio, really great guitar player. She plays mostly like, tapping style and, finger style stuff. It's really, really cool. But I don't know if they're still doing a thing. They actually opened up for Divided by 7 for our album release show a couple years ago. So, but yeah, they were absolutely fantastic. But I found out about them because I was at a show at Art Boutique, and who were they playing with? I think they were playing with the Y-Axes and God, I can't remember who else. Life Size Models, maybe. And I thought these guys, and I thought, okay, these guys are really awesome. I'm going to see if they want to, play a show with us. So, they were just incredible, and that was actually a lot of fun. So they're one of my favorite local bands. Yeah. If they're still a band, I think they might be disbanded and doing something else now. So, but
that doesn't mean anything. Satabria had exploded for a while, but then they came back like 2 years later,
better than ever,
with a vengeance.
Are they back together?
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's and fucking like chat goes wild anytime we play any Satabria songs. Like, the fucking little groove cat emotes just start showing up and stuff. There's this one they got called "Take My Heart" that I like play disco house, so I just speed it up just a little bit and I open up my fucking set with it. It's not long enough, but at the end I can loop like 8 bars at the end, and it's just got this little hook going over that. Oh god, it's so awesome. Good. Like Satabria is so fucking good. If they come on here again, all I'm going to do is tell them that their band is really good the whole time. It'll be the worst interview.
Oh man, those guys are awesome. I would love to see them play again. One of the best drummers ever, hands down.
Is that Keviano?
Yep.
Keviano is funny as fuck too. We had them on the fucking podcast, and his friend was on the couch, like when the studio was in my living room. And his friend was like yammering on, and like the mics were all on, and he's like, "We're on a podcast, bro." Like telling his friend to shut up. It was so funny. Everybody got trashed, and either he doesn't drink that much or he didn't drink that much that night. So by the end of the show, he was like hosting basically. Fucking super fun times. Also, apparently a very good drummer. Oh no, I know he's a good drummer. He's on the Satabria songs.
Yeah, he's on the Dangerous too, isn't he? Does he drum for the Dangerous?
Yeah, he's in the Dangerous. Those guys are also awesome. I keep forgetting about these bands, because I've just been so out of the loop. But
we're here for
anytime during the day when you're trying to listen to music instead of your Spotify, just go to eplex.xyz and all the fucking music in our library is on shuffle, and you can even request like your favorite bands and shit. It's dope.
Dangerous are awesome. Anthony, the guitar player from Dangerous, is really, really awesome. And one of my favorite people. Like that guy is, just one of my favorite local guitar players, hands down. And really understated too.
Yeah, man.
That wasn't the one I remember. Like the Dangerous came on too, and I don't think any of them seemed understated. They were also drinking.
No, I just mean that he's as a guitar player, that guy has chops, but I don't think, yeah, he really has a lot of restraint, in his playing, and super, super humble guy too.
We bring out the worst in people. We don't let anybody be humble on the show. So what was the first band you were in, my dude? What was the first band you were in? What kind of music was it? And tell a bad story from your first band, or a good story, but it's always a bad story.
There's so many stories. So my first real band when I was in high school, and we changed our name constantly. I think one of my favorite names that we had, we were mostly a cover band. And when I was about 15, 16, and oh God, we used to play all kinds of covers. I think my audition for that band was I can't remember what song, but it was a Journey cover, and I had to go in and audition playing the solo section, and I remember being really nervous and nailing it note for note though. But we changed. I think my favorite name that we had was No Exit, which was it was kind of inspired by a book on existentialism. That's all I remember. Other than that, it was yeah. It was we were not very good. I will just say that. And that lasted all through high school, but that was a lot of fun. And I actually do miss those guys. I keep in touch with maybe one of them. And I don't think any of them play music anymore either. Actually, no, that's not true. One of them, my buddy Nathan Hyatt, he still plays some music. So, but really, really great musician. That guy is wicked talented, and one of the most naturally talented people I know. And I hope he's listening, because I'm just,
We saw a Matt Harrison of Periscope. I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna bring you in after the next song," and he thought that meant he should leave. I think, and he didn't know that our shit is fancy, and I can just leave him there waiting and then bring him in whenever I feel like it. Yeah. Fucking, we got Matt from Periscope coming up next. I fucking hope one or more of his band members shows up. But if not, Ryan, you're welcome to stick around.
I'll stick around for a couple minutes. I gotta, get to bed pretty soon. I get up super early these days. So
yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
but I'll stick around for a little bit.
There's got to be a band that we have. Oh, fucking plug your stuff again. Where can people find you?
You can go to my website, ryanacosta.com. You can find me on Bandcamp, ryanacosta.bandcamp.com or whatever. Just look up my name. Although I share the same name as a pro baseball player, so I don't know. I might not come up at all.
You'd be like, dude, you're also like a dope baseball player. Why are you on here talking about music? That's ryanacosta.com. Check out his music. And if you're local, or if you're anywhere and you know somebody who needs some guitar lessons, this is pretty nice and engaging guy, probably good for guitar lessons. So if there's a local band that you are fairly confident that we have, what band do you want to hear?
Oh man. I would love to hear some Periscope, or you know what, who I would love to hear? I would love to hear some Dangerous. Those guys are really awesome. Their album that they put out, it's been 2 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
Something like that. 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I happen to have it on my phone. That's a really awesome album.
We're probably going to play a bunch of Periscope when we bring Matt onto the overlay. So we'll put off the Periscope a little bit, but this is Vampire by Dangerous. This song is super cool. Fucking big, what would that be? Big reggae vibes, but shimmery, shimmery, I don't know, fucking whatever. It's shimmery and it's fucking reggae. Here's the Dangerous. This is Vampire. We'll be right back, everybody, with an interview with Matt from Periscope.
Something creeping up on me. My heart was
kiss is poison. She's so dangerous. She's a vampire. She's so dangerous. Her kiss is poison. She's so dangerous. She's a vampire. She's a vampire.
That was Vampire by The Dangerous. We've added Matt. Matt, what's up, man?
What up? That was fabulous. I've never heard that before.
You never heard The Dangerous?
I never heard that before. That was great.
That's members of Satabria.
Oh, no wonder it's good.
Yeah. No shit, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on. I haven't seen you in like a year and a half because it's been a little over a year of the pandemic and you moved before that. Before we like ask how you're doing and try to figure out how to give you a hug over the internet, can you tell people a little bit about your band and what you got coming up and all that self-promotion stuff?
Yeah, sure, man. I'm here. I really wanted my bandmates to be here. It didn't work out. Me and Trevor were going to try to do it from his studio, but he wound up being busy, and then my drummer turns out into a pumpkin early as well. But yeah, we're Periscope, and like we haven't put out anything in a long time. The last time that we put anything out was a release show for an album called The Tide in 2017, or Boutique, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, I just got back and we finally, were able to get the ball rolling again, and we have a new drummer and new bass player, and we were pretty much ready to put this we were gonna start working on the album and ready to put it out within a few months. Like we had first taken a crack at the tracks, like right before the pandemic started. Right. And then obviously everything got put on hold like it did for everyone. Right. And, I know probably a few months into we kind of started trying to, commit to the whole pod thing and trying to limit exposures outside of the band so that we could work on the album. And we just, kept cranking on it until it was done. Hey, yeah, look at that. So yeah, that's the last thing we did.
Woo! That's so good too, because you got that song on that fucking last album called Control Image, and that song is fucking amazing.
I'm glad you like that. That was actually that's actually off of our first EP, which is like a 6-track thing when we first started in 2014. And then we did that album that Ashley put up there, The Tide. And this new one's like a 9-song banger of new tracks, and it's like a little bit more polished. But really, really excited for it. I think I think you always think the newest stuff that you've done is the best stuff that you've done, right? But I actually think that,
oh, you're right. The Tide isn't.
The new.
The Tide, or I'm sorry, Control Image isn't off The Tide. That's right. It's off Periscope.
Yeah, you guys only have, I think, the one song off of the title track off The Tide. I don't know if I ever got you the tracks or CD Baby. I think last time on your, last week, you guys kind of touched on that talking with Dan about the whole CD Baby thing. I don't know if that was
CD Baby.
Yeah, that's a bummer. So we put The Tide out on that, and that's been kind of a hindrance to getting it streamed elsewhere, honestly.
My shit is autographed. I made sure you autographed that shit.
Yeah,
the booklet too, not the outside of the case, because I'm smart.
So where's the best place for people to look for Periscope?
The Tide and the first EP are both on iTunes and Apple Music and Spotify, major platforms. They are, because we did them on I think we did one with Disc Makers and we did one with CD Baby. It's really annoying that they're not synced up, and me and Trevor have been working really hard to get them actually tied to each other. But they'll all have that logo on it and make it pretty easy to find. So that's all out there. And the new album Resurfaced will be out on 420 on all platforms. Yeah, Trevor, we were waiting on, he's got Cactus House Studios, which is where we recorded the album. It's where they recorded, Ryan's Divided by 7 stuff. He's done all the Mystery Fuse stuff, his new band Dark Satellite. We're trying to get more bands under that umbrella. But the quality has been great. Him and Gabe are doing a really good job producing and mixing and mastering everything. And so we finally kind of want to get everything like vertically integrated where they're set up as a publishing house now. So when the paperwork all went through, it was like the earliest release date was like, okay, well, Resurfaced can be out now on 4/19. And at that point, it's like, you might as well just say it's out on 4/20, right? It's like, it's too close to, you might as well.
It's Tuesday. That's the traditional release day, right?
Yeah, right. There's that too. So 4/20 it comes out, and you guys have it all now, although not I think in the order that it's going to be published in. And then on the 24th, we're doing an online stream show from Art Boutique. So I'm really, really excited. But yeah, it's going to be our first show on a stage and like a real stage in like 16 months or something. Wow. It's just fucking crazy. But I can't wait.
I would at least always go to the Christmas show that you and Sweet Haya and Relapse did. That was like the one show that I looked forward to every fucking year, because that's a banger 3-bill band. This is boom, 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 badass.
Yeah,
fun fucking show.
Thank you. Yeah, I really, really, I love that show. I missed that. I hope that we get to do that again this year.
Yeah.
So we do have this new music from you,
right?
Would you like to make a request from your newest album?
I guess Disease is that's the first song on the album when it actually is released, My Disease, and that's probably the one that people are most familiar with, so I might kick it off with that.
Cool. This is My Disease by Periscope. This is unreleased. You're probably only going to hear it here unless you're Matt's friend. Matt has a lot of friends there.
It's the first time it's going to be out now.
Nobody's asking, please, so I'm pleasing.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. That's my new favorite song.
Thanks.
Dude,
I need to have this immediately.
that's some of the best vocal work I've heard from you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Like you're channeling,
God.
you remind me so much of Jeff Buckley, and I know I've said this dozens of times to you, and
It's high praise,
but I
man.
swear, like your tone and your range is like really, like your top end of your range is really starting to just blossom. It's awesome, and also the melody writing is fantastic.
That
Thanks,
shit
man.
you were doing where it was like walking down the scale or whatever. Oh my God. I love that shit. Like it's like a little, like before a change or a breakdown, like a lot of disco music does that. And like I love that. Fuck, I love that shit. Oh,
I
God.
love disco.
Full on
Definitely.
respect, man.
Thank you.
Without a fucking doubt, holding you to your promise that you're playing a birthday show of mine.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait. And that's gonna be so much fun.
Oh my God, that was so fucking good. I'm
Thanks.
just like, oh my God, that was so
Yeah.
good.
You're really excited about it. That was like one of the first ones. That was like one of the first ones we kind of did with the new group. You know, feels good. Feels good to get the ball rolling again.
Shout out all your bandmates.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, Trevor Gabriel is the lead guitar player and the sound engineer and producer of everything. Really wish he could have been on here tonight. But,
Also a bit of a shit talker on Facebook. I like him.
he's even not on Facebook anymore these days. I don't think he's on the gram Cactus House Recording.
Oh, okay.
Check.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I think you might be thinking of Joe, who is my brother, and he plays bass. Joe Morrow, he plays bass in my band. I play bass in his band too. I was just saying in the break that. Yeah, but we have a group called Dead Engine. That's like him and my other little brother who plays drums, and that's a lot of fun. I'm really disappointed that I haven't sent you guys tracks for that.
I'm really
exciting stuff.
I'm really disappointed that we don't have the rest of the Tide. I'm really disappointed we don't have like every band who knows music. Honestly, we love having fucking music.
We got to work on that. We got to work on making
It lets
that
us
easier,
brag. We can be
figuring that out.
like right now we can be like we have over 1,500 songs by local artists, but we'd like to be able to make that brag like 3,000. That'd be a better brag, you know.
Yeah, we got to beef that up for sure. And then my drummer Alan he's great. He was gonna be on here, but he had to go at 10, and then you guys sent me the schedule at 5, and he's like, well, I can't make it then. So he was gonna be here like 9 to 10, but he's a little bit of a ghost. He's not out there on social media so much, but hell of a drummer and a great dude. So
I love that you're wearing a Melted State shirt.
oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Noah. Yeah, I mean, one of the best San Jose artists for sure, and also makes the best T-shirt. If you're listening, Noah, I need to know where you get these because
Everybody has those shirts.
So
Somebody else
just
who
so you know,
comes in-
No, but these ones, no, he's got. I don't know. He's got like the tagless reel. This has been washed a bunch of times. It's still ridiculously soft. I love it. Doesn't get that bacon wrap, thing going on.
Oh, gotcha.
It's good shit, It's good.
Producer Dave, I do have to jump, but I just wanted to hear that, and I want to say hi to Matt because it's been a very, very long time. But yeah, I started my new job tomorrow, so I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on, both of you, and thanks for letting me play with crazy people earlier. That was a lot of fun.
It's so good to see you. So good to see you, Ashley. Thanks for hanging out.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. I caught a little bit of the interview that she was hosting beforehand, and I was just like,
That was a thing, wasn't it?
I was like, dude, that was a thing. I was like, honestly, I don't know how she even lasted this long. I would have been like, all right, guys, I'm out. So I gotta go pour a drink. I gotta load up the dab. Like, we're out. This guy's crazy as fuck.
No, she's pretty good at like getting people to lie instead of like twice or 3 times and getting pissed off at them. She's good at getting them to lie like 17 or 18 times. It's pretty good. It's impressive.
It really is. I was very impressed. Like, he was really digging himself a deeper hole, and she kept it cool the whole time.
He's not even. Well, no, he's the wrong person we've talked to in a while, but he's certainly not the craziest person we've talked to even in the last 3 months. Absolutely not.
It's terrifying.
If you're here listening to this podcast and you're enjoying the local music banter, just fucking pretend like that discussion didn't happen. And don't come look at our Twitch channel ever except for Tuesday.
Right. Yeah, that'll drive you crazy.
So Matt, what was your first band that you were in?
I mean, my first band.
Yeah.
My first band was like a band called like Bread and Circuses, which is a name I did not come up with and did not care for a whole lot. We played a couple shows, but first band that I really like played out in the San Jose scene with. Bread and Circuses did like an art and wine festival and like a couple other little shows, but more active in Santa Cruz. But the first band that I played with in San Jose was like just turned 21, and it was the Cricket Hats. That was a fun band, and we tried to do that. We tried to reset that a little while ago. That was basically with the guys from Mother's Worry, if you ever saw them, Hale and Strader. We're like a blues rock band. That was a lot of fun. And Walker was in that band too. If you have Ryan Walker, he plays in like Cisco Kid.
Didn't you play with Alfredo Garcia too?
I did. Yeah, I played with him very briefly. we never played a show though. That was a lot of fun.
He and I were in a band together a gazillion years ago.
Oh, really? What was the name of that band?
My Rival Son.
Oh, nice.
I think I have the EP somewhere in here, or maybe it's something.
Based on the band name, let me guess the year. My Rival Son sounds like 2003.
Close. We started in, I think we recorded our first thing in 2001 or 2002, something like that. So yeah,
you were ahead of the curve.
kind of Dredge vibes.
No, not even. They were very much a Pearl Jam mixture of Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. So they were like kind of like
nice,
not even relevant. No offense to those guys. I absolutely those guys were amazing, and I love playing with Alfredo. But they were kind of like about 10 years too late.
Nice. Alfredo was a good drummer. Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic. I love that guy.
Yeah, that was a cool little group. It was a weird thing. Like the lead singer was this guy named Chris. I can't remember his last name, but he was going through some stuff, and he wasn't that present. And I was like still trying to get the band going. So like we're doing outside stuff, me and Alfredo, and this guy named Albert Garcia, who moved to Baltimore area, and then became like a leading researcher for like therapeutic use of psilocybin at like Johns Hopkins.
Well, do you still talk to him? I'd like to interview him.
Every now and then we interact on social media. It's funny. He got linked up with. I have another good friend who works doing like all the social media or just I think all that media outreach now, like for MAPS. You're familiar with them? The what's their fucking abbreviation? God, I can't even remember. Multidisciplinary Advancement of Psychedelic Studies or some
right.
Something ridiculous in Santa Cruz.
It's Santa Cruz, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's funny that they know each other because of their work. But yeah, he was the keyboard player and great guy. And they were fun, but we never played a gig. I never turned into anything. But yeah, Cricket Hats was the first band I played the Caravan with. You know. I missed that.
Is that a thing where you never forget your first time?
Totally. That's exactly like that. Yeah, it was, man, love that place. It'll always be near and dear to me for that reason. You know? I used to want to get the stamp that they used to have that moon stamp that they'd give you. I used to want to get that tattooed.
The moon stamp. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's going away.
You remember that?
Yeah, man.
I know you know. Yeah.
I remember the bartender. Gosh, I think it was Carl. He was a pretty cool dude, man. Every time I went there, him and the staff were just like good people.
Yeah, they're always good people over there. Every iteration of their staff has been great, top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw that they're reopening. Actually, I think like they're like Wednesday through Sunday or Wednesday through Saturday or something like that. You got to buy food, but I think you can head over there 2 to 10 or something.
Yeah, you should definitely spend your money there if you're looking for a place to buy some pizza and a strong drink. Like, spend your money over at the Caravan.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're backed up and feeling good, go do the thing. Go spend money there.
Because one day we'll all be packed in there wishing there weren't so many damn people there. One day.
I can't wait. Can't wait to feel that way again. Good times. Good times ahead.
All right, Matt, we're going to play another one of your songs. Which one should we play?
Why don't you go ahead and play Time Traveler?
Is it Time Traveler?
It's a little change of pace.
Fuck yeah, this is Time Traveler by Periscope. And we'll be back in a minute, or several of them.
Travel to the ancient past.
was super good.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. God damn it. Yes.
Appreciate it.
So on that, I
Appreciate it.
actually have to sign off, but I wanted to stick around for that song. But man, that again, your vibrato and some of the nuances in your singing are very much Jeff Buckley. So I'm really, particularly off of his what would have been his follow-up album, which was released as Sketches of My Sweetheart the Drunk. If you've ever listened to it, just the way, just the nuances. Yeah, the nuances in your voice just remind me so much of Jeff and his spirit, and I don't know, I really dig it.
Well, thank you. That's high praise. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, I got to log off, guys, but Matt, really awesome.
Ryan, on your way out, hit the little button to
Good to
turn
see
off
you,
your
man.
Ryan, on your way out, hit the little button to turn off your camera, and then exit
The
the browser.
one in the middle of the thing at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. A little button to
Okay.
turn off your camera.
All right. Anyway, see you guys.
See ya.
Thanks for
Later, bro.
Peace, man.
Fuck yeah, Ryan Acosta, everybody. Great
Ryan
guest.
Acosta.
Nice
Yeah,
microphone.
good dude. Nice microphone.
Nice microphone.
That's good. That's good. I was trying to use mine earlier, and I realized I think honestly that the computer microphone sounds better.
Yeah. For an interview, it's fine. If you were on here watching videos about cults with us, you'd need something a little better. But for an interview, it's fine. This isn't really even an interview.
sure.
We're just kicking it. It's fucking good to see you, man. Fuck.
It's good to see you too, dude. I know. I can't wait till we can like actually hang out, which is like hopefully on the horizon at some point.
Seems like it.
Do you guys?
Seems like it. But we are the people we are, and we may snatch defeat from the jaws of victory at the very end again. But I'm like dying like to play like for people. Like I'm not in a band, but I DJ. I am missing that like adrenaline rush of the last minute. Oh, the bike party DJ canceled, and you go out there and maybe it's the winner, but then there's only 1,500 people there, but 300 of them are dancing and like holding hands and shit, and you can't replicate that experience. You know, for somebody in a band, it's a packed room and everybody's having a great time, and you can't really get to the bar because people are dancing in front of the bar, and like it's just it's a bad scene for anybody who's not there for the music. But you just can't replicate that. Like, okay, like to some degree, like my ego is satisfied by doing Twitch, like sometimes late at night, like I'll be the last man standing and there'll be like a bunch of people here and the chat's rolling, but it's
Sure.
but none of us have had that. And like, I feel like the three of us are entertainers and we like need it. And it's like a little bit hard. And I just hope fucking people don't fuck it up, man.
Same. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Is just trying to be responsible to see this through the right way, because it's like I said, you like just don't, you know, after going this long, you know, it's been 16 months since we've played any kind of show, you know what I mean? Like, and so I can't, you know, to be at this stage here and like feel like within maybe 4 to 6 months, if we're lucky, there's some kind of show thing happening with something close to, I mean, even if it's a little bit reduced capacity or more outdoor stuff or whatever. I don't know, but it just I can't go through that again. I really don't want to. I mean, I can, you know. I'd like to think I have the spirit to resolve through it, but it was hard, man. You know, like it was really hard. You know, when I moved to Long Beach, and Periscope went on hiatus for a little over a year, and I came back and played some shows by myself, and it had been a year since I played a show then, and I told myself that I was never going to do that again. Like I was never going to let myself go another year without playing, you know. And then, you know, I know that there's bigger problems, obviously, but
Right.
yeah, man,
It's real rough. Like, you know, like some of the people I noticed who were pretty good at like almost like streaming through it in a way. Brendan Getzel works with Cat Robo Show, but also Sakura, Nihal and Austin like streamed right through it. But like I don't know, not everybody gets like a bunch of people watching them when they stream. So like what, you know, whereas if the show's at a bar like the other bands supporting them, and like it's just everything. It's just real hard.
Yeah, it just doesn't do it the same. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that. I think it's great. People who are able to do that. You know, we have the technology to do that. Periscope could do that.
Good.
You know, we
great. Now we've just booked you for our 420 show. Great, fantastic. It's your album release date anyway. No, I'm just kidding. But if you guys feel like streaming a few songs, hit us up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for us, it was just like. You know, like we did that string concert for that memorial for Dominic Miranda, you know, when he passed. Yeah, him and a few members of Record Winner, unfortunately. Which is a great band that I don't know how to get the tracks to you. You guys should have their stuff on there.
I mean, yeah, you should tell all these cool people that you know about us. Just tell them to only tune in on Tuesday night and to leave at about 11:30.
Right. But I mean, it seemed like with that kind of stuff, with like the stream shows, you know, we wanted to do it. We just did it live and then released it later. Like, you know, it was all one pass and everything, but it just sounded better that way. We thought, you know, that way there was like no potential for hiccups. It was a little bit more interesting than a single camera angle. You know, I don't know. You know, we released videos and stuff through it, the pandemic, and got some attention doing that, and like kind of kept people in the loop on some of these new tracks that are on this record, you know, just doing live versions in the studio that way. But I don't know, it just seemed like the production value was a little bit better. So stream show thing is kind of weird and awkward, I feel like sometimes, but
it is. Like it's not hard to like do a talk show streaming. I've been doing it for a long time, but like DJing streaming, even if there's like a few hundred people watching me DJ, it's like, okay, cool. You know, the little number says 100. It's not like the same as like people in front of you. It's weird.
I know. I would feel more comfortable with people in front of me, honestly.
I'd feel more comfortable with like 7 people in front of me in a big space than like, I feel like if I start like rocking out in the studio while I'm playing and there's nobody here, I just imagine how silly that I must look.
Right. That's part of what I'm really looking forward to, that Art Boutique show, is just to be able to play on a real stage, and, you know, at least play for the gang over there. That'll be a good time. I'm
gonna be in the chat. I'm gonna be throwing bombs.
Yeah, that'll be good. I saw your guys' interview last week. That was great. It was pretty insightful. Some of the stuff that Dan had to say about all that.
Yeah, Dan's a pretty nice guy. I'd never really talked to him much before, so it was good to talk to him.
That's great, dude. Yeah, that's good, dude.
So I want to keep playing your music, actually. I know that.
Let's do that.
I know you've been listening to it for the last, I don't know, however long, but
I tried to take a break for the last couple months, so
I'm gonna pick one this time, if that's okay.
Please take a shot.
I like the name Honeymooning.
All right.
This is Honeymooning. This is by Periscope. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Fucking tell a friend, share the stream. Local love.
I'm running through these fields of flowers and butterflies. Nothing's over my head but bright and sunny skies. Red is my favorite color. I like those lovely flags you wave. I could stay here for hours, counting down the days, and the days will fade to years. How will you look when the man starts to slip away? Will you seem to happen. I have a tendency to trip and fall upon my sword. It's a long way down from the top of the world. But I know the fall. What will you see when the halo begins to fade? Were you looking for as a sinner as you did say? Oh, I'm getting sentimental. I think it's getting detrimental too. I'm here to live. That's how I've always felt. It's just my wealth of experience.
Chat likes how crunchy that song is.
Crunchy.
Crunchy.
Cool.
Renna, you should jump in, man. Jump in on the panel, man.
Jump in on the panel, John Renna. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah, come hang out if you can. We'd love to have you.
Come join us.
That song was dope. Like it was like three completely like just distinct sounds that we've gotten so far. 2 by your choice and then 1 by me picking this one. This one is more sort of like what we're used to from Periscope. Like the kind of heavy guitars and like wailing lyrics. That was some good shit.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I like that song. I've been thinking about it a lot recently, honestly. But,
you don't say. You spent like the last how long making sure it sounded right. You've been thinking about it.
yeah. You know, just lyrically, it's been present. Sometimes you come back to your own songs like that. I don't know.
A wild John Renna is about to appear.
Oh yeah, I look forward to that.
Couple minutes. Juan, what'd you think of that tune we just heard?
I loved it. I fucking loved it. Very melodic.
Thanks,
very at the same time, you know, kind of a classic rock feel. And of course, you know, the fucking vocals. God damn it. Really good. Really good.
The fucking vocals. Yeah. Also, Juan, I have an important, like a philosophical question to ask you.
Sure.
How high are you right now?
I would say I'm pretty up there right now.
Can we get much higher? So high.
Hey, but you know what? I know that by being high, you know, or you know, getting there, it's like you may not be your sharpest, and thus, you know, you come off like a moron and shit. But honestly, I'd like to trade off. And
Juan's like if you're here in an hour and a half, Dave's been drinking vodka and I've just been smoking weed. Who do you think's going to be more comprehensible?
Right, for sure.
I'm just saying, you know, I'm going to let
Matt, what are you drinking on?
Not as high as me do their thing. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just drinking this like red blend, like this. Our daily red. This is like a plug now.
Yeah, it's a plug, of course. Yeah, of course.
Sponsor me. Get me drunk for free, please. Or, not for free. I'll plug you on podcasts that 15 people at a time listen to or whatever.
Do you know what happened around here if like Amsterdam or like Sky Vodka or Kettle One give me like all the vodka I could drink and $10,000 a month to produce a show? What would happen is I would drink like $100,000 worth of their vodka in like a few months, and then they'd stop sponsoring me.
They'd stop sponsoring you when you died of alcohol poisoning. Or that'd be me, I guess. Just like an endless supply.
Tell us something about your wine palate. You seem to have a very deep love of the beverage.
Again,
is it
I
because
want a
of the-
philosophical question. How high are you right now?
Yeah, I do have a deep love of the beverage. It's I've developed quite an affinity for it. I drink it and it makes me feel good. But no, I don't. I like I stick to reds mostly, and that's pretty much where the preferences start and stop. I don't like them too dry. And smoother red is nice. But
the red.
Yeah.
When you go to
I've
the,
been finding
bar, what's your drink? Probably not a red wine.
No, it isn't. It used to just be like Bullet, honestly, on like the rocks. But now, I tended to do a lot of that vodka soda thing.
I do a lot of vodka tonic when I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Less hangover.
Right. That was it. At some point, even though I always preferred whiskey, at some point, it didn't treat me so good anymore. Definitely was more prone to the hangover.
If you go to show right now, what are you getting at the bar?
Probably just
You'd like hug the bartender and be like, I don't even know you, but I've missed you.
probably just get myself a beer.
You got a preference?
Hey, you know what? A Corona's good.
There you go.
If I start drinking at 2 p.m., it's
I'll be a
Corona
Modelo.
and lime, or I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, Modelo first, Corona second. There you go.
There you go. Old standbys.
But no, man, I'm just saying. I concur with you, man. I missed the live, seeing the live shows, seeing the people attend, and all the action near the bar where people are just getting their drinks and just interacting and all that. That's those are the things I miss, and I'm hoping that soon we'll get back to that structure, at least something close to that how it used to be.
Have you been playing with the camp?
Yes. We haven't been having jam sessions because we were complying with the pandemic thing.
Of course.
But we're hoping to at some point reassemble, start doing some jams again.
That's awesome.
So we're all just hanging in there and trying to get through this pandemic thing. But I hear it's going to open up a little bit more come June. I don't know how that's going to flow, but or what kind of opportunities will be available for artists and all that. But I'm hoping that maybe there'll be, I don't know. What's your thought? Like if being outdoors is still limited, or you're still having to show up in limited numbers when an artist is doing a performance, would people go out to attend that limited seating show? Would they pay, knowing that hey, this is a very special night that's happening in light of what we're seeing around us?
I think if the experience can be curated properly, then yeah. I mean, if the venue is right and you can create a decent experience, and you can kind of make maybe some socially distant pods or something like that. Like, people are probably pretty starved for that kind of thing, I would imagine. But I don't know. You'd have to really do it right, though. You would have to be able to deliver that, and you'd be able to promise that somehow.
I think here in the Bay Area, the canary in the coal mine on that is literally going to be bike party.
Yeah,
because that's outdoors. If you're in the East Bay, you're in San Francisco, you're in the South Bay, fucking thousands of people go to that, right? And so if they like open it up and the official bike party organizations have an event and everything seems fine, I think that's like a good sign for the future. But it could also be a super spreader event. So who knows?
Seems like even venues already are starting to do some outdoor stuff. Like, I was seeing, there's bands out here in Oakland that are starting to be able to play on the street and stuff, like to the patio kind of personnel.
We should have gone like street party status immediately. Like masks and street parties, because I think like it would have like let off a little bit of steam. I don't know, but
I would love to, but honestly, I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a part of like a spreader event or anything. I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe in a month or two, when there's like a higher percentage of people that have had at least their first dose of the vaccine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to force that on anybody, but I and everybody in this band believes in science, so
the vaccine's a whole other can of worms. We spend a lot of time talking about that on here, and I'm like really afraid that we're gonna hit like 65 or 63% or some shit, and it's just gonna level off.
Yeah, I know. I'm so terrified of that. That's also what. Yeah,
like
I know that this isn't that podcast, but
no, but I mean, like, well, but that's bad for music, right? That's bad for like entertainment and fucking people who make their living at places where people gather. So like it like ties in a little bit, but yeah, it's like a whole different show. But yeah, like what happens to music then? If like 64.5% of people get vaccinated, then it just stops because of, I don't know, Facebook groups or like mom groups somewhere, or like, then what do we do?
I don't know.
My friend Mr. Brandon has a plan for that, but nobody else is going to like it. He has a plan that I can't even fucking talk about on Twitch, man. Fuck. He's like, no, here's what we're going to do. I'm like, whoa, dude.
Mandatory shit.
But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully like we get there. That'd be great.
I think California at the very least. I think like we should probably be. We should be able to get over the hump.
The cities will.
Cities should be good. We'll be good to go.
There's a lot of engineers around here, and like, sure, they like ruined nightlife by making sure it was all men. But on the flip side, I think they're all going to get the vaccine. We can go out and go back to Man Jose, and then be back to complaining about that, right?
Well, with San Jose in particular, I mean, half of downtown is Google employees pretty soon, so I'm sure that they're all encouraged to get it. I know that they're encouraged to get it. I know people who work for them, so.
Even a pandemic couldn't keep Google from taking over downtown San Jose.
If anything, it made it easier. Unfortunately,
You're like I have a gig and it's at Google Building 7, Suite 14.
Fuck. That's what it's gonna be like, dude. That's gonna be on the bill. The address like that. Oh God.
San Jose is so fucked. San Jose has no idea what the fuck's going on. They fucked everything up. There's like a lot of people here. Some of them are even cool, and now you've just discouraged all of them from engaging in entertaining activities.
It's been fucked. It's totally been fucked. I don't know. I mean, I guess I hope with the way that the pandemic has shaped out remote work, that the people who will actually populate it will be more the people who are local, or the people who want to be local at the very least. But who the fuck knows? I don't know. That's a whole different thing, man. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to stay here for that reason. Like, we've had conversations about that, amongst the band. Just as far as like, just sustainability. You know, it's sad, but that's the reality. Hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully, you know, everything will come roaring back, and there'll be a whole new economy for artists but you know, I'm not gonna hold my breath either, I guess.
So Ryan Acosta Music, our guest from earlier, just followed us on Twitch, and he got a kitty for that. So thank you for following us, I guess. Don't come back on the other nights.
Ryan
The viewer
Acosta,
number may
kitty.
be higher, but that doesn't mean that good things are happening here.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna, check on something.
Oh yeah, just turn off your camera, and then you disappear
cool.
from the overlay. Boom! Look at that. Now it's
Boom.
now it's all matte.
It's you and me. We're finally alone.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
That's what we shoot for.
So hey, we've got a couple minutes left on the show. We're going to talk about some other stuff and probably go a little bit long, but where can people find your band? Like, where do you want them to go?
I would go to cactushouserecording.com, honestly. Check out the merch there. That's where most of our merchandise, and we're getting ready to set up artist profiles for all the studio bands there. So pretty soon I'll have a URL, but beyond that, just look it up on Spotify or iTunes and listen to those albums that are on there, and pretty soon Resurface will be out there on 420. Don't get too high and forget. Can't.
No, the album will still be there on 421. You can get too high and forget, and just make sure you go buy the album on the 21st.
That's true. The beauty of the cloud, yeah.
Yeah, it's important to have a little perspective and let people have a little bit of fun.
That's true. True.
We're not like out of here, but this is the end of the podcast that we're going to release.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end it with one of your songs. It can be any of the songs from the new album or something from that you've given us before. You have to pick it, and we'll take a little break and we'll come back with the part of the after show.
I'd like to do On the Run. That's probably like my favorite track off the album. That's like me and Joe. Yeah, that's me and Joe singing together a little bit more, and that's always good times.
You had a favorite, and you didn't even tell us till now.
Well, you can't just give it away, right?
Fucking A. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Universal favorite in the band.
We'll be right back with the post game of the show. This is On the Run by Periscope.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, stick around.
Yeah.